Okay, hello everyone. Let us now learn how to edit objects, different objects using grips. Now, what are grips? If I click this circle right here, there are blue squares that will appear. The same is true if I click other objects, other types of objects. Okay, so these are the grips. You can edit uh, a specific object using these grips, and there are different effects depending on the type of object. Okay, so let us demonstrate how the grips can help us edit these objects starting from the circle. Okay, so if you click on the circle, and then if you click this grips on the quadrant, then you can increase the radius or decrease the radius of the circle. So you have dynamic input, so you can input another radius right there, and you can edit the circle. Okay, so if you go to the center, if you click that, you can move the circle. Okay, so you can move it in any location that you want. Okay, so that is uh, the use of the grips for the circle. Okay, let's go to the line. Okay, let's say if we want to go, if you hover your mouse all the way to the end point, you will see that there are options that will appear. You will have your stretch option, and then you also have a lengthen option. So let's explore first the stretch option. So if you stretch it, it's basically reorienting the line, and you can also edit the length of the line. So if I click here, okay, there you go. Click here to subscribe. Okay, so and then if you lengthen it, it's basically guided already. So if I move my mouse, even if my cursor is to the far right, and then as you can see, the length of the editing of the line is still in line with the original line. Okay, so if I enter, let's say 500, okay, even if my cursor is right here, so it will still go along that line. Okay, so it's very cool. So, and the last one is if you go to the center, and you can then move the line anywhere you want, same as the circle. Okay, so let's go to the arc. If you select the arc, if you go to one of these uh, grips on the arc, then you have two options again. You stretch or adjust the radius. So if we stretch, you can do that, and this is the effect. The same thing on the other side. And then if you select radius, then just like a circle, you'll be adjusting the radius of the arc. Okay, so if you go to the center, you can move it just like in the previous objects. Okay, so let's now move on to the rectangle. Okay, the rectangle is a little bit more interesting. So if you move here, you can to the corners, you can stretch a vertex. It's basically not a rectangle anymore. Okay, so and then another one would be to add a vertex. Okay, so you can add a vertex any way you want. And the third one would be to remove the vertex. This is now a triangle. Okay, so if we go to this grip on the midpoint of these sides, you can stretch it like so. And then you can add a vertex just like what happened for the corner. And this is the most interesting part, convert it to arc. Okay, so you can basically create a Norman window right away. Okay, so that's it for the rectangle. Okay, let's go to the ellipse. So the ellipse, if you go to this particular grip along the major axis, then you can adjust this radius for the major axis. Okay, then if you go to the minor axis, same thing happens. So the expansion is limited to the axis. Okay, and if you go to the center, you know it already, you can move it anywhere you want. Okay, so here's another interesting case. This is for the spline. Okay, so there you have it. If you go to one of these points right here, and then you can stretch it. You can stretch it upward or downwards, and then you can add a fit point again. So you add a fit point here. Okay, and then you can remove a point. Okay, so that's it for the fit points. And then we have a very interesting control here. So if you click this one, if you go to control vertices, it will show you these projection lines right here. So if you want to move this vertex, and then this will adjust the fit points and the curve accordingly. Okay, so same thing happens on this other side. Okay, so you can also add, and you can remove. Okay, so there are many options for this spline. It's very versatile. And so, yeah, those are the options. That is a basic introduction for how grips are useful in editing the objects that you draw. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next ones.